Okay, my name is Jason. This is what happened when I was about 16 years old. I'm 27 now, and what happened that day would change everything. I live in West Virginia where there's mountains all around, so I grew up in the woods, hunting, camping, riding ATVs. So one day, me and two of my friends, Brian and Jesse, went out on our ATVs to find a place to camp that weekend. This was Thursday, and we wanted to find a place to camp on Saturday. We went pretty far into the woods to try and find the best spot we could because we were bringing our girlfriends camping with us. So we get probably 5 or 6 miles back in the woods and find this little lake, and we all knew we found it. So we get off and check everything out, make sure it wasn't private property or anything. But there were no signs, and wasn't a house around for miles. This is it, Jesse said, and we all agreed. It was perfect. So we all get back on our four-wheelers, and we head back knowing that Saturday was going to be a night to remember. But what we didn't know was it would be the worst night of our lives. So we get back the next day. We get all our gear loaded up: fishing poles, tents, sleeping bags. We made sure we had everything we needed to make it a fun night, including 3 bottles of Mad Dog and a 30-pack of Bud Light in a cooler. We were ready. We all met up at about 11 o'clock Saturday morning and headed out to our perfect camping spot. When we got there, it was great. We put the tents up, got a firewood set up and everything. The girls loved it too, except Brian's girlfriend. We'll call her Kat. She said she felt uneasy, but we were just figured it was because she'd never been camping before. So we started fishing and swimming and drinking, just doing everything teenagers do. But Kat just kept looking around and wouldn't join us at all, just sit by the lake. Finally, it started to get dark, so we started a fire and made some hot dogs, and just sat around talking, telling stories, everything you do when you can. It was about 11:30 when Jesse's girl, Sam, says she needed to go pee, and Kat goes with her. They were gone maybe 4 minutes, and they come running back, saying Kat saw something behind a tree watching them. I grabbed my 9mm Smith that I brought with me, and Jesse went to check it out, and I went with Jesse to check it out. We didn't find anything, so we think the scary campfire story just freaked them out. We just get back and tell them we didn't find anything, but Kat said she knows what she saw and wants to leave. We get her to chill out, and me having a gun kind of put her mind at ease. About 30 to 45 minutes, we were all ready to lay down and spend time alone with our significant others. And no one is even thinking about what Kat saw anymore. I just wish we would have left, because about an hour goes by and my girl, Lindsay, is asleep, but I'm just laying there listening to the sounds of the woods, and I start to hear footsteps. At first I think it's one of the others, but then I could tell whoever was walking was trying to do it quietly. The footsteps stopped at my tent door. I started to freak out inside, but I didn't want to make a sound, so they stood there for at least 3 minutes, and then eventually, I can see the zipper starting to slowly unzip. I start to grab my gun when I realize I left it in my bag by the campfire. So stupid, I'm thinking. So the zipper moves up about 6 inches slowly when Lizzie coughs and it stops. She's still asleep and doesn't know someone or something is trying to sneak into our tent. I hear nothing for about 5 minutes and then footsteps again, but sneaking away from my tent. I can't move. I'm terrified. All I can do is stay quiet and hope it doesn't come back. 30 minutes pass when all of a sudden the most crazy, evil sounding scream I've ever heard comes from the next tent over, Brian and Kat's, and they start screaming, "No! Please, no!" I jump up, running out of the tent, and Lindsay is awake, and I run to my right to grab my bag and for my gun. Lindsay right behind me, terrified because she doesn't know what's going on. I grab it and look at her tent, and what I see still haunts my dreams to this day. This pale white, long arms with long claws at the ends of its long fingers. It's a humanoid type thing just taking chunks out of Brian, biting him. I fire. It looks up and its yellow eyes look into my soul. I'm shaking as it starts galloping towards Lindsay. Screaming, I fire again. It takes off into the woods screaming and that god-awful scream. We run up to their tent, and Jesse and Sam see it all happening too, so we all run to Brian and Kat, but it was too late. They were both torn up. We couldn't even tell who was who. The girls were crying, Jesse puked, and I felt like I was in a nightmare. I had tunnel vision. I was scanning the woods hoping whatever that was there didn't come back. Jesse and the girls were all huddled up to me as we made our way to our ATVs. I'm looking to the wood the whole time, and the gun pointing towards the thing, the way the thing ran off. We get to the ATVs and I realize the keys are in the tent, in my pants pocket. I'm currently in my boxers. About the time we didn't hear that, we hear the thing scream again. I tell them to wait there. I gotta go back and grab my keys. I didn't have a choice as much as I didn't want to go back. I ran as fast as I could to the tent to grab the keys and turn to run back, and there it comes out of the woods running towards me again. I raise my gun and start firing. I hit it because it yelped and it screamed, and it turned and ran it back into the woods again. I ran back to the ATVs and we hit the road as fast as we could. I'm surprised we didn't wreck and kill ourselves that night. We ran to the cops and told them everything that happened. They went up to where we were, came back after what seemed like forever, and told us back there and told us to stay there. By the time it was lights out, we got back there and everything was destroyed. The tents were ripped up and stuff was thrown everywhere. It took me up to Brian's tent and there's blood everywhere, no bodies. The cop says, "Where are they?" I said, "I don't know. They were here and we left. That thing must have took them." Then they say they started looking, it looks like a bear did it, and they were trying to say we were drunk and must have mistaken on what we have seen. I know what I saw, and whatever that was, it wasn't even close to looking like a bear. It's over 10 years later, and Brian and Kat's bodies have never been found. It was wrote up as a black bear attack. I never talk about it to anybody. Jesse and Sam got married, moved to Florida. Lindsay moved too, but we broke up not long after that happened, so I don't even know where. What still gets me is that was on our first tent was Lindsay's cough, and it went to Brian and Kat's tent. I don't know why, but I know a cough saved my life.